Hey travelers, you're watching Big Old Travels, and today what I think we're gonna do is try the Liberty Bell Museum again. It's the Liberty Bell Memorial Museum. It's in Melbourne, Florida, and it's got a replica of the Liberty Bell made from the same mold, or the same cast, whatever you call it, as the real Liberty Bell. And we've attempted it before, but we went on a Saturday. Apparently, Google says they're open on Saturdays, but they're not. I called this morning, and they say they open Tuesdays at 10, so I'm going to call again at 10 and see if they're open, because it is the day after Memorial Day, so they might not be. I got something cool here. I have a Big Old Travel shirt. It's a tie-dye. It's an actual tie-dye. I had it made for me. I don't have these for sale, at least not yet. But yeah, so I'm gonna call the museum at 10, and hopefully we can head over that way. Alright, so I just called the Liberty Bell Memorial Museum, and someone picked up, so they are open. They're gonna be open until 2, so we're gonna head over there. I've already paid for the ride over. I just gotta put the puppies up, and I'll see you when we're there. Alright, so we made it at the Liberty Bell Museum. We're gonna head in soon. Here's the park from last time. So see you in there.
On June 11, a committee sat down to draw up a Declaration of Independence. We were going to tell the British fatherland, no more rule by redcoats. Below the dam of ruthless foreign rule, the stream of freedom was running shallow and muddy. And we were going to light the fuse to dynamite that dam. This pact, as Burke later put it, was a partnership between the living and the dead, and the yet unborn. There was no bigotry, there was no demagoguery in this group. All had shared hardships. Jefferson finished a draft of the document in 17 days. Congress adopted it in July, and so much is familiar history. But now, King George III had denounced all rebels in America as traitors. Punishment for treason was hanging. The names now so familiar to you from the several signatures on that Declaration of Independence, the names were kept secret for 6 months, for each knew the full meaning of that magnificent last paragraph in which his signature pledged his life, his fortune, and his sacred honor. 56 men placed their names beneath that pledge. 56 men knew when they signed that they were risking everything. They knew if they won this fight, the best they could expect would be years of hardship in a struggling nation. And if they lost, they'd face a hangman's rope. But they signed the pledge. And here is the documented fate of that gallant 56. Carter Braxton of Virginia, wealthy planter, trader, saw his ships swept from the seas. To pay his debts, he lost his home and all of his properties and died in rags. Thomas Lynch Jr., who signed that pledge, was a third-generation rice grower, aristocrat, large plantation owner. After he signed, his health failed. His wife and he set out for France to regain his failing health. Their ship never got to France, was never heard from again. Thomas McKean of Delaware was so harassed by the enemy that he was forced to move his family 5 times in 5 months. But I think it's important that we remember this about them. They were not poor men. They were not wild-eyed pirates. These were men of means. They were rich men, most of them, and had enjoyed much ease and luxury in their personal living. Not hungry men, certainly not terrorists, not irresponsible malcontents, not fanatical incendiaries. These men were prosperous men, wealthy landowners. They were substantially secure in their prosperity. They had everything to lose. But they considered liberty, this is as much as I shall say of it. They had learned that liberty and security. That they pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. And they fulfilled their pledge. They paid the price, and freedom was born.
The first silver dollar proposed for the U.S. in 1776. Quill pens. Oh, guess it's over here. The works of Abraham Lincoln, some debates, early speeches. $1 coin and a Liberty coin. On this wall they have all the presidents from George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and so on. Poke. Look at these old dolls. Graphotype. Eight-track. Now if you're old, there's a tape deck in a museum. I'm gonna edit the video on this. Just to show you, it's an I-beam from the Twin Towers. Show you how bad it was that it bent it like that. Model of the Saturn V, the one that took Neil Armstrong to the moon. Some of the early flags. Some of the local history. This is her Liberty Bell collection. See all the different Liberty Bells. Some of them have cracks. And then here's the big one. This is the replica. We're gonna ring this later. This is the military annex in this room. Don't really know too much about this stuff, but my dad was in the Navy. Just wasn't my cup of tea. But it sure is cool. Let's see what some of these are. Good conduct, Marine Corps Reserve, what's in here? Oh, this is the room they were talking about. We're gonna come back in here and try on some hats. This is like the kids' room, but we're kids at heart. We can come in here. Army. So this is the Army stuff. Marine Corps. Navy. Yeah, that's what my dad was in, was the Navy. He would wear something like that. Air Force. U.S. Coast Guard. We're gonna try on a couple hats. Let's feels big for my head. Let's go hunt the wildebeest. Oops, I dropped one. I'm making a mess with the hats. This is heavy. Can't imagine running with this on my head. What is this? Oh, like a fighter helmet. Let's try it on. Oh, this is no way gonna fit on my head. I hope we can get this off. That did fit, kinda. Unrelated to the museum, I want this TV because it has a VHS player and it's a CRT monitor.
So it weighs about 2,080 pounds. It does have a clapper, but we only use the clapper on Memorial Day. We did use it yesterday. We have to open everything up because it's really loud.
Yeah.
So we use a mallet. So go ahead and give it a good whack whenever you're ready.
All right.
Would you like me to take a picture?
Yes, please. It's already recording, so hold it like that.
Okay. All right, whenever you're ready. Harder. There you go. Give it a good whack. Very good.
Awesome.
Now you've got my voice.
Alright, Andrew is a ding dong. The building that we're in and the office is shaped that way because it used to be a water tank and pump house.
Oh, these are pictures of where we got the bell. The bell came here.
Mm. Here's the bell when they got it here. It was purchased because the school children were saving up all their change, their loose coins, pennies and nickels to get it. The lady up at the counter gave me a brochure with a bunch of other museums in the area. I'll have to check some of these out. A few of them we've been to, like the dinosaur store. It's cool. And look at these ingots. Look how shiny they are. Alright, so we're back outside. That was an awesome museum. There's so much cool stuff. I think we should come back here again. It could be a thing. We're back out, if you're back at the little memorial area. This is the one we cleaned up last time. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.